Hi there, I'm Eric, and this is my new Riptide Tenor Ukulele from the folks over at Boulder Creek Guitars. But before I tell you about this particular instrument, I'd like to tell you a sad story about this particular instrument. Now, this is a concert-sized ukulele. I find the tenor fits my hands a little bit better, but the main difference is that this is just not a high-quality instrument like the one I'm going to get from Riptide. This was given to me by a friend of mine some years ago. He happened to have it, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to learn how to play a little bit. But what I quickly realized is that the build quality of this was just not even good enough for a beginner. It got very frustrating. What I noticed is the tuners themselves were simple friction tuners. It was really hard to get it in tune. They'd constantly be slipping out of tune. The nut itself is very, very high, so every time I played anything on the first few frets, which is where most of the chords on the uke are, it was bending it dramatically sharp. I found that there are just sharp edges to the fretwork, and it just wasn't a nice instrument to play. And with the tuning problems, it got so frustrating that I just never bothered to learn how to play. Now, I did start talking to the folks over at Boulder Creek Guitars, and they were kind enough to show me some of their new Riptide ukuleles, and I was just blown away. Now, first of all, I had not personally played a tenor before, so I really liked the size. It just fits my hand better. I think that's probably the same with a tenor from any brand, but I just found it to be very, very nice. This particular instrument does take advantage of some of the technology that's unique to Boulder Creek, even in their Riptide series. So it does have your unique bracing on the top. So the sound holes are a little bit different. You notice the sound hole on the front is up in the upper bout, and there's actually one on the side here, which is real nice. What's cool about that is because I've got so much more of a resonating plane here, when I play just simple chords on this, I notice that it's got a very nice kind of low-end thump because I've got a bigger resonating area, but I do get some nice brilliant sparkle that comes out of the sound hole directly towards me, so it really lets me hear what I'm doing. As far as the tuners themselves, I think you can see it's got some very nice sealed tuners with good gearing, so I actually can quickly get into tune. The nut is beautiful. It's got a very low action, so I really don't have to worry about tuning issues. And I was able to learn just, a few simple chords very, very quickly. So in a couple of minutes, I really was up and running, and it really changed how I think about ukuleles. One thing that is extremely nice about this, from my perspective, is the electronics package. First and foremost, this does have a tuner built in. So it made it real easy to make sure I'm in tune, I can stay in tune, and when you're just learning, it's just hard to tune any new instrument, so it's always nice to know that you're there and you have a good starting point. But I think what's even more hip about this from my perspective is the fact that I can take this and I can plug it into just my standard guitar rig. So I'm just going to go down here and turn on this amp real quickly. And what's nice is if I happen to be in tuning mode, it will mute the output, which I think is fantastic. So there's nothing coming through while I'm tuning. As soon as I turn the tuner off, I'm back through coming through the amp. So it's a really nice way just to get a very nice acoustic sound at a higher volume, which is great for really trying to upset my wife and daughter when they're trying to watch TV in the other room. What's very hip about this now is I can take it into whole new territories. So if you go down here, I've just got a couple of quick stomp boxes, but I can go with just the standard tone, again, the same four chords over and over and over, but I can very easily go into kind of a univibe-like thing. Always been nice for playing Floyd tunes on your ukulele. And if I really want to get funky, I can just turn on the wall and I can just go to town. So that's a quick idea of what you can get out of the new Riptide Tenor Ukulele from the folks over at Boulder Creek. I'm very excited to add this to my collection of instruments and really use this for a lot of recordings because I think it's going to give me a lot of tone, a lot of timbre, and a lot of texture that I can't get from other instruments. So if you're looking for a uke, you should definitely check one of these out. And if you didn't know you were looking for a uke, definitely stop by and take a look at a Riptide. You might be surprised what you see.